hello, that's not a typo, that's not misleading. I really did go to 104 different Goodwills, that is, different locations. This map right here represents every location of Goodwill that I went to hunt for video games. Why? Well, it's a bit of an experiment. We all know that thrifting for video games is dead. But exactly how dead? I wanted to find out. Now, Goodwill, it's not exactly thrifting. It's kind of like the Taco Bell of thrift stores, in that Taco Bell isn't really Mexican food. Goodwill's not really a thrift store, but they're everywhere. Everyone is familiar with them, and you might even like going to Goodwill. But if I did this exact same experiment with 100 mom and pop thrift stores, I know I would have found better stuff, but I'm going for reliability here. I'm going for things that you recognize. This is the Goodwill closest to my house, and we're off with a bang because got a woman with a dog in a stroller. Hell yeah. Any games though? Doesn't look like it. I don't see any. Always look at the CDs just to see if there's a PS1 game mixed in there or something, but most of the time there's not. Of course, Goodwill is a great place to find keyboards. If you ever need a keyboard, don't mind going used, go to Goodwill. The electronics sections are always fun to mess around in. Lots of DVD players. We got a VCR DVD combo here. Pretty good looking Monopoly, I must say. These are the types of things you find in your typical Goodwill. I'd say this was an average Goodwill visit. I'm not going to spend nearly as long on the other ones. Really just going to show you the games and maybe if I found something else cool. Alright, so my first proper day out Goodwilling, I made some pretty dumb rookie mistakes. For starters, I didn't take an exterior shot of every store, which is something I'm going to be doing for most of this video. And second, I wore a hat for some reason, so the top of the footage is obscured. What the heck was I thinking? I'll try and crop around the hat. Here's a bin of just crap to dig through. If you happen to have this specific refrigerator and need these water filters. Pretty cool record player. No games, though. Alright, next store. Found Wii Fit. $10. Seems like a bit much for Wii Fit. I probably still would have picked it up, though, if I didn't already have it. Ooh, Mad Catz. This is like a ripoff of Mad Catz. It's not even Mad Catz worthy. I saw this karaoke machine and instantly thought, hey, can I plug my Super Nintendo into this? I went to one Goodwill outlet, a mistake that I'm not going to make again because it's just bins and bins of unsorted shit. Maybe if I had all day to burn, but I'm just doing quick visits here. There we go. This place had some games. Anything good? No? I didn't get anything anyway. Lots of sports games. Not that I don't like sports games, it's just, for these prices, if they were like $1 to $2 each, I probably would have got a couple actually. But they want close to like 4, 5, 6 in that range, and it's a little too much. I thought I found a Nintendo Switch case for a second, but no, it's for like a crappy microphone. An honest-to-goodness Xbox controller. If this had the adapter, I probably would have gotten it, because original Xbox controllers need an adapter to actually hook them up to the system. This didn't have it, so I passed.
Got me.
Yo, get a load of this lamp. Epic, dude. Goodwill, kind of a good place to find printers. This one looked like a really fancy one. I think they wanted top dollar for it, though. Yeah, what is that, $130? At a Goodwill? No. That's ridiculous. Yes, a video game. Empire's Dawn of the Modern World. No, thank you. Only $5, though. I'm sure somebody else was happy to find this. Oh, here's a real game. South Park Fractured Butthole. Not in there. That's something you'll find a lot with Goodwills. People take the games out of the case. What about Madden 06? Oh, they didn't steal Madden 06? Okay, after my first loosey-goosey day Goodwilling, we're gonna inject a little more structure into this video by separating each Goodwill into 3 categories, and we're gonna tally them up after I go to each store. We've got no games in the entire Goodwill, we have the shovelware and or sports games category, and then we have I actually bought a game. Through the first 7 Goodwills, I have not bought anything. But a few of them did have some sports and other titles I wasn't interested in, to be fair. So far, 4 Goodwills have had no games at all. 3 of them just had things that I wasn't interested in. This one was in a strip mall next to the Dollar General, which is weird because it was unlike any other Goodwill I've ever seen. It reminded me more of a dollar store than a typical secondhand store. We've got all this new crap that looks like it's straight from the Dollar General. Like, what is this trash? Like, shitty little blackjack tables? Like, desktop pool? Unused skateboards? Still in the shrink-wrap kitchenware? And they still had some secondhand stuff, too. This was actually a pretty nice keyboard. Too bad I wasn't in the market for one. A couple tripods. My current tripod I actually got at Goodwill. Absolutely no video games, though. This one was huge. It's a freestanding location in Spring Hill. This is more like what I like to see. A bunch of unorganized clutter. But wait, there's more store. All sorts of stuff you don't see in a normal Goodwill. Got a full kayak. Actually looked pretty nice. The media section, I actually did find a game. Bulletstorm, limited edition. Only $4? Sure. It was really 5 because you add tax. Plus, I decided I'm gonna treat this like Super Size Me. In that movie, whenever the clerk asked him if he wanted to supersize, he had to do it. In this case, if they ask me if I want to round my purchase up to the nearest dollar, then I have to do it. First purchase of this whole venture, and it only took 9 trips to Goodwill. The next one was in Trinity, and it was the exact same layout as the store I was just in. Found a drum controller for Rock Band. Actually a good deal. I did not get it, however, because I don't really have the space for it and I don't want to learn how to play the drums in Rock Band. I always sucked at the drums. I got pretty good at the guitar. The media section, however, we got a couple PC games. Got Titan Quest, Grand Ages Rome Gold Edition. I'm not really a PC guy, so I'm not getting these. Oh, I like the look of this Goodwill. It's got like a southwesty kind of feel. Same layout as the last 2 places, despite the different exterior. No games. Not a 1. This was a unique little place right in the middle of St. Petersburg. It was really small, it was really cramped, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because that's what you want to see in Goodwills. The more corporate they are, the shittier they are. And this one felt like a little mom and pop. A space heater in Florida? Yeah, no wonder this got donated. This is a fancy looking DVD player. Not that anybody in the world anywhere has a use for a DVD player, but hey, if I were in the market for one, this one looks pretty cool. Actually, a pretty nice Netgear router. This was obviously one that an ISP just gave out, but they, instead of returning it, they gave it to Goodwill. Games, however, slim pickings, and I did not get any of these. Next was another freestanding location that looked exactly like 2 of the ones I was just at. And inside, yeah, more or less the same layout. Got some neat surge protectors. Hey, if you need a surge protector, why not get one at Goodwill? World of Warcraft, lame. Oh, BioShock and BioShock 2. I would actually get these. So I open up 2 and god damn it. The 1 disc was in there though, so I picked it up. Second purchase of the whole thing. $4. My PC nor my laptop even has a disk drive, so I won't be playing it, but it's a cool collection piece, I guess. This one was really weird. When I pulled up, I didn't even think it was a store. It looked more like a corporate office. But I think this is like where people get out of jail. Inside, it was really unique too. You've got the initial opening area and the more store sign, but the more store section is bigger than the rest of the store. This one had way more electronics than any of the other ones I'd went to. I mean, look at all these monitors. If you are in the market for an early 2010s, late 2000s monitor, they got you covered at Goodwill, man, because they're everywhere. They had 2 whole aisles of them. And a Wii Fit. Oh my god, a DJ Hero turntable? When I first saw this, I thought these things were hard to find or expensive. But then I looked it up on eBay in the store, and it turns out that they're not. They were asking 20 bucks for this, and that's actually an overpay, believe it or not. These things go for less than that on eBay. So I left it there. Games section itself, I mean, at least they have games. Kind of. I would have bought this Battlefield 3, but it's supposed to have 2 discs, and there's only 1 in there. I did pick up this sniper game, though. Got a little air hockey table. You see these at Goodwills sometimes. They're kind of cool. Like, if I had the space, I wouldn't mind having an air hockey table. This one had a lot of furniture, like couches and TV stands and stuff. And at this Goodwill, we can actually see a group of teenagers loading one of those mini air hockey tables into the back of their car. This one was in Tampa proper, and it was by far the best Goodwill I'd been to so far. They had one of these inversion machines, which I actually really want, but I don't have the room. It was cluttered as hell, which is a great sign. Look at this. I mean, the games are just in a bin, and they're all scattered and just clumsily thrown in there. But there were some gems, man. Got Call of Duty Black Ops 3, which I passed on, probably stupidly. But I ended up getting some stuff here. They had Nintendo Land, which I was strongly tempted to get, but I already have Nintendo Land, and they were asking $8. $8 is about what it goes for online, so it's not really a good deal. Great game, but left it here. What I did end up getting, though, was Crysis 3. They had the Modern Warfare 1 remake on PS4, which I also would have gotten if it had the real case. Unbelievably, I found an Evolution basketball, which, if you play basketball, you know that these are like the best balls. I have owned official NBA replica balls, and I still prefer Wilson Evolution balls. My daily driver basketball is a Wilson Evolution, and these things are like 80 bucks new. So finding one for $4, you can't say no. You find a Wilson Evolution basketball for $4, you have to buy it. I thought about picking up Fallout 4, decided not to. This Lego Movie game seemed to be more my speed, so I got that. I also found Gears of War 2. Got that as well, because I don't have it. This is in Winter Haven. This place seemed pretty cool. It was like a little mom and pop. I like seeing small, unique Goodwills. Inside was pretty cramped, too. Need a brand new bicycle helmet? They got them. No video games whatsoever, though. This Goodwill Superstore is surprisingly the only one in Lakeland. At least the only one I could find. Shout out to Cortland, New York's very own Intertech. Wait a second, what is this? Is this a toaster with only 1 slot? Who would want this? Why did they make this? No games, however. Got one here in a strip mall next to a Winn-Dixie liquor. Ooh, an old organ. Pretty nice looking Monopoly. Well, the front was. What do we have here? Mystery Case Files Ravenhurst. Yeah, not a PC guy. This looks interesting, but I'm gonna pass. 30 for 30 DVD box set. I should have picked this up. I'm not sure why I didn't. I think I only didn't because this is Volume 2 and I didn't want to just have Volume 2. Jewel Quest! Hell yeah. They also had a few original Xbox games. MVP Baseball 05, one of the greatest games ever. This is a well-known meme game. I probably should have gotten it looking back. Crave! Ooh. We got NCAA March Madness 04 with my boy Carmelo Anthony on the cover. I would have definitely gotten this, but it was in really rough shape and I already own it on PS2. Then we got LaBelle. This one was nice and cozy. Here's a portable TV that I actually almost got. 20 bucks was a little too rich for my blood. What's this? A Wii? What? For 30 bucks? Yes? Any video games, though? We got this Zumba game for Kinect. That's alright. The Wii already made this place. Unfortunately, they wanted to charge me 26 extra bucks for the nunchucks, so I left them there. Still 30 bucks for a Wii and 2 Wiimotes? That's incredible. That's the deal of the video so far. Here we have a Goodwill in Immokalee. Another small, cozy one. I was really impressed by this one's bookshelves. I didn't know it yet, but these bookshelves would be in all of the next, like, 20-ish Goodwills I'd go to. Immediately, I spot Link's crossbow training. Go nice with the Wii I just bought. It's also Left 4 Dead 2 on PC. Probably should have bought it, but I passed. I'm kind of lukewarm on PC games. Then we got a Netgear Nighthawk X4S. I'm not sure if this is a great router or not, but it was still in the box. It looked fancy. It looked like a good deal. I passed it up though. So you always gotta peek into the glass cases up front because once in a while they'll keep games in there. And I think it's really telling what kind of products they have in the glass case. Like there's a random Funko Pop. There's a bunch of hand soap, I think. But what captured my attention was this goofy mouse. Microsoft branded like old early 2000s mouse. I can't imagine anybody would ever buy that. So I'm out of the countryside and I'm into Naples. Whoa, this boombox is awesome. I'm not gonna buy it, but this is a hell of a find for somebody else, I'd imagine. Oh wow, actually a very nice TV for $200. If I were in the market for a big flat screen TV, probably would have got that. This one had like bundles of movies that were shrink wrapped together, like you could buy all these Harry Potter movies. No games though. Another one in Naples. Absolutely nothing. Still in Naples. Very striking green paint job around the whole store. This one was huge. Did it have anything worth a shit though? I didn't see anything. And of course, no video games. Guess what? I'm still in Naples. Any games? This time? Kind of. We got Madden 07 on PS2. If I didn't already have it, I probably would have bought it. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on PC? Not seeing anything I like here. Oh wow, a hoverboard. Fortunately, the price tag was cut off. I might have bought this if the price was right. Still in Naples. This one was freestanding. The very nice bookcase and media section that we see in all these, but again, no games. At this point, we're on a huge dry spell. So Goodwill is this huge multinational chain, right? There's over 4,000 locations of these places worldwide, but they don't operate like a typical chain store might. Instead, its operations are largely splintered off into regional networks. That's why if you go to different places, you'll find Goodwills that wildly vary from each other in terms of appearance, layout. Hell, even the font they use on the outside of the stores is different from region to region. And in this video, I saw a little microcosm of this, even though I didn't leave the state of Florida. You see, Goodwill is split up into 9 different regions here in Florida, each of them with different rules, each of them with different philosophies regarding layout, each of them with varying degrees of just overall cleanliness and store upkeep. That's why some of the stores feel slapped together, some of them feel really corporate like a real store. That's why a few of them felt like dollar stores earlier. It's really just up to whatever that regional branch of Goodwill wants to do with their stores. And I theorize that it's also why, since arriving in Naples, I haven't fucking found shit. I like the stores a lot. They put a big emphasis on books, and it's done up really well compared to the way that most of them are, because a lot of times you just see them and they're in bins. But they're also a region that I think sends away their games. I think they either sell them online or they send them off to like a corporate HQ or something to be sold online, because I didn't even find a whiff of like a shitty video game in most of these stores. So Goodwill Southwest, this light blue region here, pretty nice stores, not so nice for game hunting. You can't tell me they're not great for finding golf clubs though. If only I knew how to swing one. Oh man, an electric scooter? 80 bucks. Actually, if I thought I would use this, I think it'd be a pretty good deal. I'm not sure how it would charge though. I'd probably have to find that myself. Another Wii Fit. 40 bucks! Jesus! I didn't want to buy these things at 10. What the heck is this thing? What? Is this like a giant flashlight? Wait, it's like, oh, it's like a portable TV, radio, and flashlight. Oh man, this thing's awesome! What the hell? I so would have bought this and used it in my videos or like played Super Nintendo on it or whatever, but there's no video input. Oh man, such a shame because this thing fucking rules. Moving on up to Bonita Springs. Same bookshelves. No video games. This is a pretty sweet Tommy Pickles plush. Save the find for someone else. Somebody will be happy to find that. All right, Estero, Florida. Still in the Southwest. No games, no games, no games. Okay, we're up in the Fort Myers area now. Anything in the bin? No. Anything on the bookshelves? Of course not. Any electronics worth seeing? Not really. I'm telling you though, if you're a golfer, $10 for a bag of golf balls? Can't go wrong with that. Another one in Fort Myers. All right, can I find anything, any video game at all? Not here. Oh, a dance mat for PlayStation 2. I mean, I'm not gonna buy it, but at least I can put this store in the middle category. I've been looking at some sound bars at these places too. Now, as of me saying this, I haven't bought one yet, but I'm considering it. I'm not really a sound bar person, but it would no doubt be better than literally the cheapest speakers I could buy at Walmart, I would imagine. So I probably should end up getting one of these sound bars eventually. Still in Fort Myers. Still with the same Arial font. And oh, there's a game. There's a Wii logo there. Of course, my stupid self didn't write down what it was, and I can't make it out from the footage. Must not have been very good. I did actually buy something here, though. I found this GameStop replica GameCube controller. $5? Why not? Can never have too many GameCube controllers. Guess what? Still in Fort Myers. And, oh my god, 2 games. All right, yeah, 2 places in a row I'm buying something. So when you're going to all these Goodwills, sometimes you get catfished into going to places that aren't stores. This is like a district headquarters or warehouse or something. Here's one that I actually had to park my car and walk about 5 city blocks to get to, but it's just a donation center. So for every Goodwill store, there's like 2 or 3 locations that only exist to accept donations. And you have to be careful when planning out your routes, because if you just type Goodwill into Google Maps, it'll come up with those locations too. Overall, I think I did a pretty good job of vetting them from home, but some locations slipped through the cracks and I ended up going out of my way only for there to not be a store. Or here's a Goodwill location that just has books. It's a Goodwill bookstore. They didn't even have a DVD section or anything. Alright, I crossed the bridge. I don't know if this is still considered Fort Myers. Maybe this is more Cape Coral over here. I did find exactly 1 game. Guitar Hero Aerosmith. I did not get it. Ooh, we got like an entire speaker set? Sure somebody else would be happy to find that. At this point, I got sick of going to Goodwill, so I went to Walmart. Just kidding, I went to another Goodwill. Well, here's a game. Sims 2 Pets Expansion. Macabre Mysteries, Curse of the Nightingale. Lego Harry Potter. Again, PC, so I didn't get them. But what I did get, probably just because I was desperate for a find, was this Ant Bully on PS2. Never seen the movie. All right, still in Cape Coral. No games, but I did find this wealth magnet disc and this spam blocker. Could probably use that. Here's another DJ Hero table. And if I wasn't willing to pay 20, I'm certainly not gonna pay 50. Looking at another sound bar. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of these next time I go out. But hidden among here, I actually did find something kind of cool. An Apple TV. Now, I don't know anything about Apple TV, but an Apple product for $10? I mean, sure, I'll try it out, see what it does. Next one was in Punta Gorda. Cute little location. Didn't really see anything of note here, though. No games, no cool electronics. This one I parked in the wrong parking lot like an idiot, so I had to vault this wall here. It was like 4 feet high. Just to go in and see another Sims 2 Pets expansion pack. Oh, they also got the nightlife one? I should start buying these Sims expansions, see if I can piece together the full game. Electronics, yeah, nothing I haven't seen before. This Goodwill's next to a Planet Fitness, which is where I should be going instead. Got a nice record player, a bin full of hair dryers. I actually don't have a blow dryer. Maybe I should get one of these. Not a video game, though. Next one. I actually really like the exterior of this store. Inside, though, a whole lot of nothing. Nice. Attitudes and Dance? Wash House? Probably be more worth my time to go there. We got a bunch of Seinfeld DVDs in the wrong section. Is this a Switch? No, it's these electronic hair clips? Okay. So I think I missed it live, but looking at the footage, there are actually 2 games in this shot. We got Thrillville and then something underneath it. It looks like for the Wii. I think I missed it because I didn't even pick them up. Of course, a game like that would be borderline whether or not I would get it, but I'm feeling a Thrillville game. Like, if that was $5, I definitely would have gotten it, but I think I just missed it live. This one was near a place called Osprey. So the media section didn't have any games. I even moved these DVDs out of the way to look. But the glass case up front did, but the games were tilted in a way where I couldn't see what they were. So I had to ask, and hell yeah, give me that Family Guy game. Next, we got a snazzy looking store in Sarasota. Got a giant Krusty. Hell yeah, somebody will be hyped to find this. What's this? We got video games. Can't believe it. Call of Duty Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Gears of War, Baseball, Borderlands 2, some stupid Kinect game, Madden 09 Wii, sure, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, Madden 05. You know, when I started this video, I probably wouldn't have thought of this as much of a find, but at this stage, kinda is. It's better than what I get in most stores. Here we got one in Bradenton. Well, golly, I get out of Goodwill Southwest and I start finding games again. Fortunately, these were all kind of a little bit more than I wanted to spend. I would have just gotten this whole stack of Xbox games, but they were like $8 or $9 each. Black Ops 2 for $7 though? Sure. I did just get Black Ops 1. Thought about the Madden games, but no. I'm pretty sure Overwatch you can't even play anymore. I got this Tom Clancy game. A really nice wooden grandfather clock. Like, if I were furnishing a house, this would be a good piece. Here's another hole in the wall in Bradenton. And I found a few games. I'm not sure why I bought any of these. These were pretty lousy finds, if I'm being honest. But I got this whole stack. Got some NASCAR game, some PS1 racing game, Gran Turismo. Just looking through to see if there's a game in each of these. And wow, this one is a memory card. All right, that's a nice find. We'll have to see what's on that later. New day, new me. Down here in Kissimmee. Yeah, watch the guy wiping the floor. I haven't seen this layout yet. It was a lot deeper than it was wide, and most of the time they're wider than they are deep. Love to see a big jumbled mess of a media section, but I didn't really see any games. We got FIFA 18. I do kind of like FIFA. I've gotten into FIFA a little bit despite not knowing anything about soccer. I found its little brother down here. Yeah, I passed on these. Oh nice, a Wii balance board. This has become like the barometer for how sane this Goodwill's pricing is. $20? Ugh. Without a game or box? Ugh, that's disgusting. Another karaoke machine. I see a bunch of these. Were they really such a big deal? Do they really make that many karaoke machines? Still in Kissimmee, and this one is ooh la la fancy. So I used to live in Kissimmee, and this was like my local Goodwill, so I've been to this one many times. I found this dish box with like a credit card inside. It's weird seeing these old relics that really aren't usable anymore. Like, nobody's gonna buy this. It doesn't have any kind of practical use. Media section, big old jumbled mess. Here I found my first DS game of the whole experiment, Jenga. For some reason I didn't get that. But you know I love me some PS2 era EA Sports games. The thing is though, I have pretty much all of them, as well as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. But what I don't have is Rugby 2004. I don't know anything about rugby. Don't even know the rules to the sport. But you're telling me that there is a mid-2000s era EA Sports game that not only have I never played, I've never even heard of? Of course I'm picking this up. I also got this poker game for some reason, and I have no idea why. Moving on over to St. Cloud. It's another Goodwill I've been to a fair amount of times. Found a couple games here. PS2 racing game. Wii shovelware. Connect shovelware. No thank you. So I see these scales quite a bit, but I finally decided to weigh myself. 220, almost exactly. So this was weird. There was an entire wall of just bagged trash. I mean, it wasn't quite trash, but it was stuff that they couldn't sell individually. So they're hoping that like bundling them together will get people to buy it. We got some DVDs. We got pens. I've never seen anything like this. I wonder if these actually sell. Here's an Extreme 3D Pro joystick for only 13 bucks. Like, I've seen this exact joystick a few times, but I just can't imagine any scenario where I'd actually use it. It's cool, but you know, save the fine for someone else. What's this, an NES controller with the Sega Genesis plug? This is so ghetto, holy cow. It's like they just drilled 2 holes above where the A and B buttons are supposed to be. Ooh, we're into the fancy exteriors now. This was another huge store. Wow, I'm finding games before I even get to the game section. Oh, kick ass, an easy bake oven? An 8-track player? My dad had a pretty big collection of 8-tracks. How much do they want for a Wii balance board here? Ugh. Disgusting. We do actually have some games. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah, let's get it. God fucking damn it. Whenever you find something new and cool, always too good to be true. Got the entire Sims pack. I actually thought about getting this Tiger Woods PGA Tour and Madden double pack, even though it's a PC game. I've never seen this. Some other various PC games that I didn't get. Goodwill on Merritt Island. Kind of surprised me. I didn't find anything here, though. Oh, wait, here's one game. We got Pinball Hall of Fame. Woo. Here we got Vero, I think was the name of this place. Exact same layout as the place I was at 2 stores ago. Bit more of a game selection here. Mostly sports, but hey, I like sports. Let's see if I can find something. I picked up this Need for Speed game, as well as NHL 16 for Xbone. Why? Because I didn't have it. NCAA March Madness 99? Sure, I mean, I'll get that too. God damn it, NFL Game Day. Okay, I don't want that. Pack of DVD-Rs? If I thought I had any use for them, $5 is a pretty good price. Wii balance boards are a much more sane $7 here. Oh man, I remember these robots. At least I remember ads for them. I don't remember anybody actually having them. This one was in North Melbourne. And we got a video game right off the bat, Oblivion. Pretty good. Dead Rising 3? Okay. This is a PSP game? First PSP game I've seen. The prices were a little too high for me to just want to scoop up everything here. But I walked away with a few things. I would have bought this Lego Movie game if I didn't already buy a copy for Xbox earlier. This is more or less what I got, what I'm holding in my hand. Oh wait, there's more. They had games up front too. Call of Duty 3, sure, pick it up. Overwatch? I would have got Shaun White if I didn't already have it. Halo 3? Pretty good looking Madden 06. Madden 2006 on the 360 is infamously like one of the shittiest games ever. They rushed it out hard to come out on the new systems. The PS2 and like original Xbox versions are pretty good, but the 360 one is legendarily awful, and I actually don't have a copy. I didn't get it, but I kinda wish I did. Of course, because I'm an idiot, I waited till I was waiting in line to look and see if the discs were in there, and no Oblivion. Just put that back. Everything else was in there, though. Another store in Melbourne. They had a few games. Call of Duty Ghosts. Dynasty Warriors 7, sure. Picked that up right away. I think I'm done buying Call of Duty games. They had quite a few here, but I don't know, I'm all Call of Duty'd out. They had a racing wheel for sale at this place. It was $100 though. Might have been a good deal, I don't know. I don't really have any interest in a racing wheel. Next store was in Palm Bay. And wow, these recent stores have actually been pretty good to me. Grand Theft Auto 4, if I didn't already have it, I definitely would have gotten it. Same with Modern Warfare 2. I should have got this Shrek game. But what I did get was this Lego Star Wars. I wrote down that this store was in Sebastian, but I'm gonna go with the water tower in the background and call it Roseland. And wow, this was an incredibly sparse Goodwill. I mean, look at this place. Where's all the stuff? They did have some games, though. I didn't really see anything in here that caught my attention too bad, but there was a pretty okay selection, at least for Goodwill standards. I did not end up buying anything, however. Next one was in Vero Beach, where I found nothing. Nothing at all anywhere. Now here's a trip. This one was right next to a Salvation Army. And again, it's one of the sparsest stores I've ever seen. And there was like nothing in here. I did find one video game though. Madden 16 for the Xbox, which is probably my least favorite Madden. Now, I wanted to go to the Salvation Army next door after this, just to do a little compare and contrast, but it was actually closed. I got there just at 6 p.m., which is when the Salvation Army closes. The Goodwills in this area didn't close till 8, so yeah, sorry about that. I couldn't go inside the Salvation Army. There's one in Fort Pierce. They had some games in the glass case. I had to ask the associate to look at the ones that I couldn't see the spine. But out of this stack, I ended up with a Need for Speed game, The Reckoning, and Far Cry 3. They also had a Ring Fit adventure you see over there. And I would have got that too. They were only asking $30, but it was just the ring. They didn't actually have the game. I'm still in Fort Pierce, where I found nothing. Got a Mac Daddy of a microwave, though. This thing was a unit. Port St. Lucie, didn't find anything here either. Except for this Groove Collective record. Too hot for YouTube, this one. Right next to a Home Depot in Jensen Beach. Another oddly sparse store. There were no games, but aside from that, there just wasn't anything else to really see here. Stuart, name of the place. Another store without much to see. The aisles were more spaced out than normal, and no games at all in the media section. Like, come on, this is their electronics section? Where is everything? Palm City? Any luck here? We got FIFA and some Olympics game. I mean, hey, that's more than I've found the last couple stops. Store use only. What the hell would the store need a VHS DVD combo player for? Here we got a Goodwill Superstore. And I didn't find shit. This is another location that was just really barren. Oddly. You've heard of Think Pads, but how about Think Vision? But the real question is, how much do they want for a balance board? $10 is fair. $10 is fair. Continuing further south, and I've never seen the red branding. Media section had a bunch of bullshit, just sports games. Another inversion chair. I still kind of want one of these. This was a pretty sweet little entertainment stand. I can imagine it now, a big CRT plopped on top, your entire PS1 collection in the sides. This one was in Palm Beach Gardens. They didn't have shit. There's another one in Palm Beach. Oh, nice. Fable 3. What? Resident Evil 6. I left this here. I probably should have bought it anyway, but I'm sorry, that's just too weird. I mean, it was only $1. Oh, man. Resident Evil 6 in a Fable 3 case. This Goodwill is in Plant City. Didn't see any games in the media section. What's this? Rev Up Roar. Oh, I should have got that. Had a little back room. Goodwill's a good place to find suitcases. Also got rugs, box springs, mattress. Find that type of stuff here. Got a really sun-faded Goodwill sign. One of those big old corporate buildings. I don't think my batting average is very good at these kind of stores, but they're easily the most impressive looking types, though. How much for a Wii balance board? Looks like $9. Not bad. Had a few games down here, such as NBA Live 02. I already bought this game at a previous stop, so leave it for someone else. This Destiny caught my eye because I'd never seen this case before. It was like a Destiny with an expansion pack, but then I opened it up and the disc was just a regular Destiny disc, and the expansion pack was a code that you had to put in. I almost bought this Nerf game, but look at the price. It's $5.98, which you have to think, you add tax, that puts it into the $6 range, and I'm also rounding everything up, so this is a $7 Nerf game? I just couldn't do it. That's $1 too many. Here we have a store attached to the distribution center. It was like a store attached to a giant warehouse. Any games, though? Ooh, CSI. And for $3? Hell yeah. I should have bought this Michael Jackson game. I don't know why I left it. They had some games scattered in here, but CSI was the only thing I saw that I actually wanted. A weird PC game controller. Going into this whole Goodwill experiment, I was actually hoping to find a lot more things like this. I've never seen a controller like this. It says tilt on it. You telling me this thing has motion controls? Is that what it means? Got a webcam here. I actually bought this because I need a webcam. I don't know if it was a good deal or not. Sure, I mean, I'm already buying the CSI game. Got a microphone for Rock Band, left that there. A weird, like, some sort of film projector? Don't see those very often. Another big corporate looking one. This one actually had a ton of games, all in this glass case. I thought I hit the jackpot for a second until I asked to take a look at them individually. Yeah, they were here for a reason. They wanted so much money. Like, look at this. They got Ratchet & Clank, A Crack in Time for 25 bucks. These were all sitting here because they wanted game store prices for most of it. I did pick out a few, though. Like, look at this. 25 bucks for the original Modern Warfare. The next one was a podunk little Goodwill in Ruskin. Haven't seen this font yet. No games at all in the media section. But this was the stop where I finally bought one of those sound bars. 13 bucks. Had the power cable. Seemed like a good enough deal to me. Another corporate job in Wesley Chapel. Ooh, why didn't I buy this heart? The look on my face says it all. If you gave a kid one of these fake laptops these days, you think they'd just chuck it in the trash? How much for a balance board? 7 bucks? I think that's the cheapest I've seen it. Cloudy, overcast day in West Sanford. Another store that does the bagged bullshit method. Not that I saw anything cool here. Ah, shit. Somebody beat me to the games. He picked up Overwatch and Skyrim for Xbox, which sucks because I would have definitely bought Skyrim. Oh well, I'm here for the scraps. Like Shrek 2 on Xbox. Whoa! Not West Sanford anymore, but just regular Sanford. This was a cute little store with Goth Minion. They got some games, mostly shitty ones. I ended up passing on all these. What do you think? Would this ring light help my videos? Up front, they had some Xboxes, a couple of 360s and an Xbone. They wanted 80 bucks for the 360s and I think 200 for the Xbone. That's hilariously overpriced for that. I didn't buy either one of them because I already have a 360 and, you know, it wasn't an especially good deal. This one's in Orange City. Ancient digital camera, 10 bucks. That's a little too much for this. Another Sims 2 pack and the actual game. Nothing on the other side. I really like the next one's exterior. I don't know what it is about the steel, like, blinds that you'd put over a window look that they put on some of these stores. I think it's a cool effect. For games, they had a truckload of Madden 2003s. Also rugby? If I didn't already buy Rugby 2004, I probably would have got this. An NHL game, which I already have. Very cool. Ooh, CSI. Hold on, this is a different game from the one I just bought. Shit. What about Dancing with the Stars? What? Who the hell steals Dancing with the Stars? There's also a loose BioShock Infinite disc, which if this were complete in box, you know, I would be getting it, but it's not. Where does it go though? In this generic case? I guess not. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. Yeah, let's put it in one of the Maddens. I wonder if anybody will actually see this. I did end up buying a couple of these games though, because the later era PS2 football games are actually kind of hard to find, and I don't have Madden 10 or NCAA Football 09. $6 each, a little steep for PS2 sports games, but I don't have these two because you don't see them out in the wild. This one was at Daytona Beach, and I can't believe it took me this long to find an Xbox 360 Connect. I have one of these, and you'll never guess where I got it. I was driving down the road one day, and I saw it sticking out of somebody's trash. So I pulled over and pulled it out of some guy's trash. Wii balance board is 13 bucks. That's middle of the road. Oh boy, what horrible Wii games am I gonna talk myself into buying this time? Raving Rabbids TV? Sure, sign me up. NCAA Football 12 on 360? Good game. Wanted 20 bucks for it. Fuck no. They got Skate 3, which is not in there. God dang it, I would've got that. Gallop and Ride. Did I really leave that behind? Oh, come on. Where's my heart? I hate fun. This game called The Munchables. I got that too. And I also picked up Batman Arkham City, which I might already own, but all these like PS3, 360 Batman games all occupy the same space in my head. Found Tetris Link, a Tetris board game, which I would have bought if I had any interest in board games whatsoever. Sadly, that overcast day has turned into rain. This Goodwill had some sweet stuff, like this French horn. $50, a little too much for this. It doesn't even have a mouthpiece. Brass instruments are the only ones I'd have any hope of playing, because I did in high school. Got a Joy-Con grip. If this were one of the ones capable of charging your Joy-Cons, I would have gotten it, but seems like it was just a normal one. The games were weird at this place. Got Boogie, but who doesn't already have Boogie? Boogie Superstar, which is unrelated to Boogie Boogie. But the games weren't all in one place. I had to like scan all the DVDs to find hidden ones, such as this game right here. It's in there. Looks interesting. Sure, I'll give it a shot. I've also got Mario Kart Wii. Holy hell. That's a great find. Ah, fuck. Too good to be true. Bakugan? Okay. Wait, what? Smash Bros. Okay, I mean, that's better than Bakugan. Wrong case be damned, I'm picking that up. Samba de Amigo? Which, shit, isn't in there? I also spotted Smosh the movie. It's empty. Who the hell would steal Smosh the movie? Here's another Bakugan game. It's actually in there that time. I'm cobbling together quite the haul here. Some Marvel Squad game, which I didn't get because I don't give a fuck about Marvel. At this point, I'm just desperately opening every case to see if maybe the Mario Kart Wii found its way into one of these. But alas, I didn't find it. Up front though, I spotted something. I don't know how well it's gonna make out in the footage, but in a plastic bag, it looked like I might have saw a Wii U, but upon closer inspection, it was like a weird sideways Wii. It was just a regular black Wii, but it was oriented sideways. I had never seen that. Like the Wii logo and everything was set up so it was sideways, and it's not meant to be put on a stand. They wanted $50 for it, which was probably an overpay for a Wii, but I bought it anyway just because I was so caught up in the moment, I guess, that I actually found something cool. Next up is Palm Coast with special guest, my grandma. Yes, my grandma went with me to this one. See, that's her right there. She likes to go to Goodwill to buy jeans to make arts and crafts out of. She has a store where she sells like homemade phone stands and hats and whatever else she makes out of these. Not online, or else I'd plug it. It's a physical location. So that's good for her, but what do I have? A laptop stand thing? You put your laptop on it and that big fan cools it off? Yeah, this was a pretty underwhelming electronics section. And they didn't have a single game either. They did have a Nintendo Switch case. Hey, if you don't have one. How about a Peppa Pig karaoke machine? We got Mario, we got Sonic, we got Metal Sonic. If I were a plush guy, hell, looking back, I should have got these anyway, but I left them there. Next one was in St. Augustine, and they had nothing, really, nothing interesting. Next up, the first of many Jacksonville stores. Oh, somebody donated a trophy to Goodwill. M. Sergeant Michael P. Duffy. Dang. No games, though. In the electronics section, however, I found a DSLR camera for $25. Now, this seemed like it was probably the cheapest possible camera, so I was debating whether or not to get it, and I decided, F it, it'd be fun to film the intro and outro of this video with. But when I took it home and put batteries in the thing, it takes AA's, it didn't fucking work. Alright, I'm gonna spoil everything right now. The next 12 Goodwills I went to were all in Jacksonville. Pretty much all of them looked exactly like this one with the same exterior. And this has to be, without a doubt, the absolute worst region of Goodwill if you're looking for video games, because I didn't find anything in any of these stores. Like this right here was actually a win. I found Lego Island 2, but then I open it up and it's not in there. That was the highlight of all of Jacksonville, and I'm not even kidding, was seeing the case for Lego Island 2. They usually didn't even have any interesting electronics either, in addition to having no games. Like, I feel bad that I spent all this time in Jacksonville just going to these stupid Goodwills because they had nothing. They don't do games in this region. That's the thing that I've learned about going to Goodwill, is that some places it's worth it, and some places it's not. If you live in Jacksonville, it is not worth going to Goodwill to look for games because they don't have any. I'm telling you right now, now, they got nothing. I really like the font they use in this region's Goodwill. Like, this is a good looking font that they put on the outside of the buildings, right? Some of the other regions could take note using just standard Arial, but the stores themselves, for what I'm interested in, fucking dead zone. Here's something semi-interesting, an Atari flashback console that they wanted way too much money for. Good for finding DVDs, good for finding keyboards. Every single Goodwill in America is good for finding keyboards. Once in a while, I'd see like a Sims 2, but that was about it. Got a Dallas Mavericks basketball phone. A little weird to see over here, but it's alright. Found a razor in this one. Hit the power button and ooh, actually had a charge. How much do they want for a Wii balance board? I can't tell because the footage is too blurry and I didn't write it down. I'm sorry, I failed you. Most Goodwill locations use giant price stickers that are easily legible, but these, for some reason, decided to use these little yard sale tags. Oh look, a video game, NBA 2K16. Actually a pretty decent game, but of course I already have it. We Play, another good one. Of course it's not in there. More Jacksonville, woo. Another store with nothing to show you. At this point, the electronics sections are kind of blending together. You just see the same stuff in all of them. You see a whole bunch of monitors that nobody wants. You see DVDs that nobody wants. This one had a really nice record player though. Like, look at this thing. Had a felt thing you put the record on. It just seemed more engineered and cooler, you know, than most of the ones you see. Again, I like the exteriors of these stores. I really like the font they used. I think the stores themselves are pretty well laid out. They just don't have fucking anything in any of them. Oh, here's one with some games though. Anything good? I didn't really see anything. How much for a balance board here? 20 bucks. Oh my God. You can't even give them credit for the good prices, man. Ugh. Another Jacksonville store, another media section with no games. Another electronics section with nothing I haven't seen already. All right, am I almost out of Jacksonville yet? Got really old suitcases or briefcases. Bunch of bullshit, bin full of books, snooze. The Jacksonville region is really high on having you dig through bins of stuff. Just like, fuck you, we're not gonna sort through it, you can do it. Which I guess is cool in its own way, but if I didn't already have a sneaking suspicion that they take all the games out of these and sell them online, I would be more inclined to actually go through them. Finally, I have left Jacksonville and entered Palatka, but unfortunately it still counts as the same region, so I wasn't expecting anything, and you kinda know you're fucked when inside the glass case up front, they have just HDMI cords in a bin. Like, if those are too valuable to put with the rest of the stuff, ooh. And yeah, there were no games, per usual. The electronics section, I mean, ugh, look at this. There's just like wires on a shelf. I mean, I guess if you need component cables, they had a set. Really, just this whole North Florida region, though, just not a good place for Goodwilling. The next store I went to was in Gainesville, which I was hoping would be far enough away to not be in North Florida, but just looking at the exterior of the store, the fact that they use this font means that it's not. And yeah, I didn't find shit here. No games, nothing cool. Another one in Gainesville. I was surprised to learn that Gainesville only has 2 Goodwills. I would have expected a place of this size to have a few more, but I guess not. Really nothing to show you there either. Here's one in Lake City, and I'm still in the North Florida region? Oh man. Yup, as expected, nothing here either. A lot of VHS tapes, actually. I'm sure some people would be stoked to find that. Most Goodwills don't have a very good VHS selection, but this one had a ton. Oh wait, what's that? On the way out in the glass case, I spotted a video game. You could barely fucking see it. It's like hidden behind a bunch of crap. The next one in Perry, and hallelujah, no more North Florida region. We finally fucking crossed the border, and immediately in this Goodwill, I found a bunch of cool shit. Now, they didn't have any games, but I didn't expect any games for a reason that I'll tell you soon. But they had a whole bunch of old VHS camcorders, which I think are just the coolest shit. Now, I already have an old VHS camcorder that I actually did buy at Goodwill, so I didn't pick this up. But they got like an old typewriter. This was an electric back massager, which I was kind of tempted to get. It felt so good to get out of that region. They got snowboards and skis in Florida, like no fucking wonder they got donated. What is this, like an old-timey change calculator. I don't even know how this thing works. It looked cool though. So this region of Goodwill that I just ventured into is known as Goodwill Big Ben. And ahead of time, I already knew that they did this, but anything that gets donated to a Goodwill in this entire region, anything electronic, anything video game related, is actually sent to one central location called the Goodwill Computer Store in Tallahassee. So I already knew that all the Goodwills around here would be sending their stuff here, so I wasn't really interested in visiting any other Goodwills in Tallahassee, but this one I had to go to. And I was joined by the man, the myth, HPR Shredder. Go subscribe to him, he's really cool. He went with me to this one, and this place fucking rocks. Right in you walk, and they have these shrink-wrapped consoles. They were a little expensive. Like, I don't know why they want $160 for a Master System or who would ever buy that, but the amount of stuff this place had was truly impressive. I actually thought about getting this Wii Mini because I've always kind of thought that the red Wii that top-loaded looked kind of cool, and I don't have one. But the fact that I've already bought 2 Wiis in this whole Goodwill adventure, I really don't need to buy a third. I was prepared to shell out for a PlayStation 3, but unfortunately they didn't have any PlayStation 3s. This place had so much stuff though. It's like everything cool, like the one cool thing I'd find in most of these Goodwill visits, all in one central place. They had an aisle just full of old desktop computers that they only wanted like $10 for. And computers right now are at the point where you can get away with using an old one and it can do most of the things you want it to do. Like if you just browse the web and like watch YouTube and stuff, you could buy one of these $10 or like $7 computers and it'll actually do a pretty good job. Like slap Linux on one of these babies and they're good to go. Got old graphics cards if you want to boost these old ass computers up a tiny little bit. RAM sticks. Just, oh man, place rules. But here we got the Wii section. They had Duck Hunt set up to play, and we didn't think it would actually work, but lo and behold, it actually does. Oh, it worked.
Wow.
I shot the duck.
Be a new version that works.
I shot the duck. But the real question, how much is the canonical price for a Wii balance board at the computer store? $10. $10 for a balance board. You know, I mean, I've seen them cheaper a couple places, but that's not bad. That's still on the lower end. So many cables, and I actually could use some Wii component cables, so I picked a pair up. They had PS2 iToys, PS1 controllers, selection of Wii and Wii U games. I wasn't blown away by the game selection in this place. It was all kind of bad, but I was blown away by the stuff selection. Like if you need a random cable for some old game console, they had it. Or if you happen to need a Wii stand for the Wii that you just bought at a Goodwill 50 visits ago, then sure. They had Kinects. I thought about getting an Xbox One Kinect because I don't have one. And then I realized, when will I ever use it? I did get Virtua Tennis 4 though. Virtua Tennis 1 is one of my favorite Dreamcast games. So why not? We'll get 4. Hit some racing wheels, like stand-up racing wheels. Here we are ogling some off-brand Dreamcast controllers. Could feel any worse. Here it is.
Ugh.
This one's an actual Mad Catz. And they want $15 for it. It's crazy.
It's funny how, like, I feel like this brand name has actually become, like, somewhat desirable. Like, you want the medium. You want the Mad Catz.
It's better than the Bill Nye the Science Guy. Whatever this is.
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh my god, this D-pad's horrible.
What is that? Astro Pro. Okay.
Remember when I bought that Wii and they wanted to charge me $26 for those nunchucks? I decided to pick up this black nunchuck here because it was only $5. They got a bin full of old TV remotes. Oh my gosh, this place is awesome. I know I keep saying it. We have in the box version of those shitty microphones that we've seen at a few of these stops. Then, what's this? He spotted a Blue Yeti, and of course I had to get this. You kidding me? A fucking Blue Yeti? So the Blue Yeti is what I actually used to use when I started this channel, but I gave it away, and I always regretted giving it away. Because even if I can't use it for videos, it's just such a convenient microphone to have laying on. You can just plug it in and it'll work. You can plug it into game consoles and it'll work. Like, you can use the voice chat on an Xbox or something with this thing. Tony Hawk Shred, which I probably should have bought. I don't know why I didn't even look at it. Like, if I found that at a regular Goodwill, that would have been the moment of the trip. In the case, I spotted a white DualShock 3. For $15, of course I had to get that. They had all sorts of systems set up on display. They had a clear Super Nintendo, all sorts of cables. We found a Game Boy Advance link cable. that neither one of us got, only because I couldn't think of when I would use it. Unfortunately though, the cartridge selection, they really didn't have much for Super Nintendo or NES. Sad days. Goodwill really is dead for finding games that old. So this bundle I got on the counter here was a cool 80 bucks. Not bad if I say so myself. So that store was the feature presentation, the main event, the climax. But for some reason, I decided to keep going to these stupid stores. This one is in The Villages, which if you're not aware, is the largest retirement community in the country. Do you think I found anything here? Of course not. Then we have Ocala, big corporate store. Anything interesting? Actually, kind of. Somebody's old Palm PDA. Even had their business cards still inside. Neat, but I have no use for it. No games in the media section. I even noticed that they were double-decked, so I actually slid everything over and looked in the back row. I know, sad. Still nothing. The last few are all in the Orlando area. I don't know where exactly. Here I have another chance to buy that awesome portable TV I saw earlier. I looked just to be sure and I still didn't see a video input, and I can't imagine using it if it doesn't have one. I'm sorry, I think these things are cool, but no reason to buy. I don't know what's more likely, that the literal 100th Goodwill that I've been to is the first one to not have a media section, or me just missing it after going to so many. Probably the latter, and it's not like I didn't look. Trust me, I did. I just couldn't find it. Another one somewhere in an Orlando suburb. Really sparse media section. They had blank DVD cases, and I would assume actual DVD-Rs are in this one. Oh wow, a Duke. It had the adapter too. Got that. Another one with a snazzy exterior. A lightsaber, nice. Significantly crappier than the ones I had as a kid. What the hell is this crap? PC to PC migration service? It's just a two-way USB cable. Does this actually work? For use with Windows 98, ME 2000, and XP? I should have got this and just tried it out. Would have been funny. Ooh, a portable TV for 15 bucks. It had a video input. And if it were in color, I would have gotten it, but the back says it was in black and white, so I passed. Media section, we got Wii Fit. Other side had a few games, Rock Band. I thought about getting that NBA 2K9, but didn't. Oh boy, it's almost over. I can taste the end of the video. This one was a real keyboard graveyard. Not that they aren't all that, but this one especially. Incredibly paltry media section. No games. Oh wait, actually they did. They were just up front. Got Overwatch, Madden, rugby, more rugby. Nothing I wanted. And holy cow, here we are, finally, number 104, aka the end. Found Can Jam. Anyone remember that? Is this still a thing? They used to make us play Can Jam in gym class. It was actually kind of fun. Media section had one game in the corner. Battlefield 4 has both discs. All right, we got something. For the road, one last Wii Fit price check. 25 bucks. Wow. Well, I mean, it is complete in box and it is plus, not regular, so I guess it's a little more justified. Wow, a VTech? Technically a game console, right? I kind of can't believe it took 104 stores to find one of these. Another DSLR camera. Do I dare take another chance on one of these? Oh, it doesn't even have a screen. This one's just too old. Too archaic. I can't do it. They also had a few games up front. I ended up getting a couple, such as Little Big Planet and Burnout Paradise. Honestly, not a horrible way to go out. Oh boy, am I tired from going to all those Goodwills. Wait a second, you can't hear me. Let's fix that. Oh my god, holy hell, it's hot. So this is the part of the video where I show you everything that I got. The box is kind of far away. Let's move it over here. All right, Far Cry 3, Xbox 360, ATV Power Quad Racing, PS, Madden 10, Borderlands 2. I don't know my Borderlands is, man. World Championship Poker. Splinter Cell Double Agent. Horse Game on Wii. Pirates of Caribbean on Wii. Heavy Rain sealed. I don't know if it's actually new, but it's got a seal on it. Oblivion PS3. An Apple TV. Lego Movie game for Xbox. Little Big Planet PS3. Battlefield 4 360. Bulletstorm PS3. SOCOM 2 Confrontation. Shrek 2 for original Xbox, which I don't have a pile for yet, and I don't think I get very many games. So PS2 racing game, I don't know, ATV game. Gran Turismo 3. NASCAR some fucking year. Ant Bully. I almost called this Bug's Life. Rugby 04. I should have gotten Rugby 05 and 06 and all the other ones I found, but I didn't. Rayman Raving Rabbids game. Family Guy game. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 360. Virtua Tennis 4 360. Need for Speed Pro Street 360. Some Reckoning game 360. A Wiimote. Sega Bass Fishing Wii. Call of Duty 3 PS3. Madden 09 Wii. Gears of War. NHL 16, X-Bone, Dead Rising 3, X-Bone. No series games, I don't believe. Black Ops 3, X-Bone. Some baseball game, 360. Lego Star Wars, original Xbox. Oh my gosh, I still got a lot. Munchables, Wii. Star Wars game, PS2, Burnout Paradise, PS3, some like Wii bullshit, I don't know. BioShock on PC. Batman Arkham City, PS3. Wii Fit U. Ghost Recon Future Soldier. Lost Planet 2. Bakugan, Wii, Gears of War 2. Crisis 3, Dynasty Warrior 7, Ass Creed 3, Link's Crossbow Training, Call of Duty Black Ops 360, Sniper Game 360, Hockey Game Original, Xbox, CSI, Wii, chair sinking into floor again, that sound bar, Black Nunchuck, GameCube controller, GameStop brand, a webcam, a stand for the Wii. I get the plastic thing too. Let's just situate that right there. A genuine Wii. All right. Another Wii, this one to be placed sideways. Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Miami Vice, the game, PSP. Viva La Bam, the PSP video thing. Bakugan, which is actually Bakugan. The other one was Smash Bros, I guess. NCAA 09 PS2. A Duke. Composite 360 cables, component Wii cables, all the stuff required to hook these Wiis up, 2 power bricks, 2 composite cables, etc. And last but not least, a white DualShock 3 controller. So, what did all this run me? Amazingly, remember I was working with clean dollar amounts because I was rounding every purchase up to the nearest dollar. Like if it was like $5.50, I rounded up to $6 for everything. And amazingly, when I calculated all of this stuff up, it came to exactly $500. I mean, does this look like $500 worth of stuff minus my laptop? Because obviously I didn't buy that. Minus my iPad, I didn't buy that there. I don't think so. I mean, if this were on eBay for $500, I would not buy it. Of course, that also doesn't track the... Hang on, I gotta get the number exactly right. That's why the iPad's here. Of course, this doesn't take into account the $380.73 I spent on gas, or the $127.31 I spent on 2 hotel rooms, or the 2 weeks of my life that I will never get back going to all of these Goodwills. So, was it worth it? No, but I pretty much knew that it wasn't going to be worth it. And my final takeaway from all this, really the thing that I learned, is that going to Goodwill to look for games really just depends on what region you're in. If you go to your local Goodwill and you see nothing, you don't see a single game anywhere in the whole store, that is a bad sign, and you probably shouldn't go back because it means that the games don't even make it to the shelves. But if you go there and you see like a row of Madden 2003s and you just see a bunch of shitty sports games and you just see a bunch of stuff that you don't want, that's actually a good sign because it means that the games make it to the shelves. It's just that people are beating you to the punch and buying them. So stores like that are worth circling back around to and checking out. I guess whenever you're in the neighborhood, just stop in and see if they have any games, because sometimes, you know, you do find a real game here and there at Goodwill. But by and large, it's not really worth doing what I did, obviously. Again, I knew that. I'm not salty. It was all worth it for the video. As long as I get a good video out of it, I'm good. But am I ever actually going to play any of this shit? I guess you'll have to stay tuned for next time. As always, shout out to all the patrons. Shout out to William Robert Lee. Never trust anyone who needs a haircut. I didn't shower today. It looks kind of bad. Goodbye.